All right, everybody, we're back. Sorry for that delay in the shows because we got flagged for the music. Even though these are independent country artists, we got flagged for playing their music. And so that's why you will not be hearing the rest of the playlist. But I will tell you about these artists that's in the playlist. And the next artist we're going to get into, y'all know Shabuzi. Y'all know that song, the bar song, Tipsy. So we're going to get into learn about Shabuzi. That's what we're going to do. And then next week, the show will be airing just on YouTube. So for those of you who truly support, come to the YouTube to watch next week's episode. Okay, here we go. So Shabuzi's now. I don't really like his artist name, but his real name is Collins. So I didn't think he would have a white sounding first name, but we gonna learn about Shabuzi. Following the release of his first two albums, Lady Wrangler and Cowards Live Forever, Outlaws Never Die, Shabuzi was featured on two songs from Beyonce's album Cowboy Carter 2024. He achieved commercial success with his third album, Where I've Been Isn't Where I'm Going, and its number one single, a bar song Tipsy, as well as the follow up single, Good News. The former spent 19 weeks atop the Billboard Hot 100, tying with Lil Nas X's Old Town Road as the longest running Hot 100 number one song of all time. Throughout his career, he has received 5 Grammy Award nominations and has won 3 Billboard Music Awards, 2 People's Choice Country Awards, and an iHeart Music Award. So yes, he has been featured on the Cowboy Carter, but everybody knows him from the bar song Tipsy. And you know his song, the bar song Tipsy, is sampled from Jaquan's song Tipsy. If you know everybody in the club get tipsy, yes, he sampled that song to make his country song. And you know that song by Jaquan was a hit. So who wouldn't think that this song, Tipsy, by Shabuzi wouldn't be a hit? But the song we was going to play tonight was called My Fault. You can check it out on YouTube as well as Spotify and any other streaming platforms that you subscribe to. And if you're not usually listening to country, you should give country a chance. Because there's a lot of black country artists that we don't hear about. Like, like I really haven't heard much about Brittany Spencer. Haven't heard much about Tana Dell until I saw her through TikTok. And then her being featured on Cowboy Carter brought her out even more. After Shabuzi, we were going to play Zach Bryan. His song is called Better Days, and I was featuring John Mayer. And you know, if I played that, we would have got flagged again because John Mayer is on the song, even though Zach Bryan is an indie country artist. You can look him up on all streaming platforms, and as well as his music is on YouTube. And every artist who's featured in every episode, there is a playlist on my YouTube page that is Road to Stardom Network TV, and you can see all the playlists. It says country, it says hip hop, it says R&B. All 5 artists are on a playlist that you can listen to it there. If you don't feel like going to Spotify or any other streaming platform, so every episode there will be a playlist attached to the with the episode that coincides with the episode. So it'll be 5 artists in that genre. And after Zach Bryan, the last artist that I was going to play, but I'm gonna tell you about Zach Bryan before I get to the last artist. And the song by Zach Bryan I was going to play was called Better Days, like I said, featuring uh, John Mayer. I almost forgot his name, right? So Zach, so his name is Zachary Lane Bryan. Is an American singer-songwriter, Navy veteran from Uluga, Oklahoma. So he's from Oklahoma, who blends folk outlaw country and a raspy voice. He first gained recognition while serving in the Navy, recording and uploading songs in his free time. His music caught widespread attention, and he received an honorable discharge to pursue music full time. Yep, that is what we know about Zach Bryan. Wow, that's nice that the military did that for him. The Navy did that for him, honorably discharged him to let him pursue a music career. So it says here, in 2021 he signed. Oh, he did have a major label deal, because he says in 2021 he signed with Warner, just like Britney Spencer signed with Columbia, and then no longer after that, no, or was it Tanner? They signed with Columbia and no longer had the deal and became independent. So after, I guess, having to deal with Warner, he became independent. And in my dropping gem segment, in the first episode, I told you about that. So the last artist that's in the playlist that we're going to tell you about, but we can't play the music, is Tyler Chowder. I never heard no last name like that, but that is his last name. So, yep, that is his last name. And we're going to learn about him. This is my first time ever hearing about him. The song of his was Onita. I listened to it, I said, I like this one. Out of all the songs that I listened to of his, that was the one I liked the most. And I like listening to country, right? I like listening to country. And I listen to it a lot through Spotify. That's my streaming platform of choice. Yep, that's my. So here's what it says. His name is Timothy Tyler Childers. Is a Grammy-nominated American country singer and songwriter known for his unique blend of neo-traditional country. I never heard of that. Never heard of country being called neo-traditional. It says bluegrass and folk. His raw acoustic sound and poetic lyrics often explore the complexities of life in Appalachia, inspired by his upbringing in Kentucky. Childers released his breakout album, Purgatory, in 2017. The album, co-produced by fellow Kentucky musician Sturgill Simpson, earned him an Americana Music Award. His 2019 album, Country Squire, debuted at #1 on the top country album charts. The single All You're In received a Grammy nomination. In 2023, he received multiple Grammy nominations for his album Rustin' in the Rain and the single In Your Love, which became the first top 10 hit on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. The music video for In Your Love received widespread acclaim for depicting a romance between two male coal miners in the 1950s. Wow, he went there? He went there? Woo! Especially in country, he went there. His discography: Bottles and Bibles 2011, Purgatory 2017, Country Squire 2019, Long Violent History 2020, Can I Take My Hounds to Heaven 2022, Rustin' in the Rain 2023, Snipe Hunter 2025. Childer's seventh studio album released on July 25th, 2025, incorporates gospel music and experimental rock. Gospel and rock mixed in with country. Wow. I ain't something I ain't never experienced. But like I said, that song, if you go to the playlist on the YouTube, you would get to hear that song on either. And he got some tour dates for his 2025 tour called the Mule Pull Tour. And it starts in September, starts this month on the 24th, and it ends in that. It starts September in Freedom Mortgage Pavilion, that's in New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey. Then it ends in Nashville, Tennessee on October 11th. And that's his I can't even say it, Mule Pull Tour. And that is the playlist. I'm sorry for those who have tuned in and wanted to hear the music. Just go to the YouTube playlist where it says the Indie Experience Podcast, and then it says country. You can hear all the songs that were featured in the playlist for tonight. And now we're going to take commercial break and get into the next segment, which is the spotlight.
Please join Hugh Lee, the sports guru, as me and E-Buck do our annual NFL preview show. We will discuss division winners, playoff contenders, potential MVP candidates, and more.
Looking for the ultimate throwback experience? Tune into Nighthawk Network Radio. Imagine jamming to classic hits and the best B-sides from your favorite artists, yes, those hidden gems you forgot you loved. We're serving up a variety of genres that'll have you singing along, from smooth R&B to those hilarious comedy bits that'll make you chuckle during your commute. Whether you're cruising down the road or relaxing at home, we've got the perfect soundtrack for you. It's like a nostalgia trip with every song. Trust me, you'll find yourself reminiscing about the good old days, right? So, why not give it a listen? Click the link to join the Nighthawk family and rediscover the music that shaped your life. You won't want to miss out.
You know, I sent you the pictures in the email. All right, and we're back, and we're getting into the spotlight. And the first spotlight is business. And we're spotlighting Finesse Kitchen Co., a catering service and food business based in the United States, offering handmade seasoning and catering service for various occasions. The owner's name is Quay Sanders. And as you see in the picture is Quay, the logo, and she just released a cookbook. So that's the name of her cookbook. In the picture by Finesse Kitchen Co. And if you put in her name, Quay Sanders, that's Quay, not spell Sanders. I ain't gonna spell all of that. But if you put in her name, you'll be able to get to the link where you can purchase the cookbook if you want to support an upcoming Black-owned business run by a woman. Yes. And And our author spotlight. This is a good friend, a person I consider a brother in radio because he started out in radio and then became an author with his books. He came out with two books. This one is called Revelations, Affirmations, and Confirmations. And it says this is the companion piece to Awakenings, Epiphanies along the spiritual journey. This offering is a collection of intimate conversations between Big Beach and the Omniverse. It continues the journey and interactively identifies the reader with thought provoking, self reflecting, stimulant inner growth, and generate discussion to captivate one into a new evolution of expression and accepting oneself and total authenticity. And that is Big Beach. You can go to Amazon and check out his books, Awakenings, Epiphanies along the spiritual journey, and the Revelations, Affirmations, and Confirmations. Those are the two books that coincide with each other by author Big Meech. Yes, you go to bigmeech.com. Dish and Tea. I said Big Meech. dishandtea.com. You can also you can check out the books there as well as other products he has on his website. And for our music video spotlight, which we will not be playing, the artist was Zach Bryant, who was also featured in the playlist. And the song is called Hey Driver featuring War and Treaty. Right? And I wanted to play this video, but there was no video. It was going to be a lyric video, but being that we got flagged earlier in the playlist segment of the show, I didn't want to have it happen again when we do the artist video spotlight. And so we're going to get into dropping gems, the third segment dropping. We're going to go into commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get into dropping gems. If you're trying to become an artist, thought about becoming an artist, I'm going to drop some gems that'll help you out in your path. So we're going to go into commercial break, y'all. And then we're going to come back with dropping gems. Let's talk.
One. Hi everybody, I'm Lily and today I'm going to share my book with the whole entire world. The book one day you might not buy it. Thanks for going on this adventure to the aquarium with me. Bye at the bottom of the screen to see where you can buy the book. And make sure you don't forget to like and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
All right, and we're back. And that was little Lily there. She's all grown up now. She's not Little Lily anymore, but I'm sure you can still purchase her book. Here's a gem for you tonight. As an artist just starting out, if you an if an indie radio station reaches out wanting to play your music, send them your music. Don't sit around waiting for major radio to call. They usually won't. Look your way. Without a big buzz, indie stations are the only ones really showing love to upcoming artists. Send them at least 5 songs from your new project, or if you're still working on it, send them 5 solid tracks from what you already have out. And if they offer you an interview, take it. Don't push indie stations aside chasing something major, because in reality, they're the ones who will actually spin your music and help build your name. So yes, that's the gem that I dropped, the first gem. I'm gonna give you another one since we couldn't really play out the playlist like I wanted to. I'm gonna give you another gem, and this coincides with what I just said. Once you get airplay on an indie station, promote that station. Don't just sit back and let your song spin. Let people know where your music is being played. If it's multiple stations, shout them all out. Do drops for them, do video drops for them, show love, because these are the stations that will always have your back as an indie artist. Remember, just like you need airplay, they need music. And I'm going to add to that. When I was doing radio, I didn't charge artists like most of these stations that start out. They charge artists to get their music spin in an interview. So they might say to you, if you give me 50, this how many spins you'll get, and you'll get an interview. Me, just like it said in the drop in the gem, that they need airplay, you need music, right? The station needs music and you need airplay. So it's like a barter system. You helping each other out. And I would always say this when I would say the artists, let them know I got a radio station, they want their music played. Right? I was always looking out. Somebody post something or reshare somebody's music. If I heard it and I liked it, I say, yo, tell so and so, send their music. Here's my email. Send your music. And I will always say that line. You need the airplay, I need the music. Why not send it? And I always used to say, always send music. When you get offered that airplay, don't stop sending music. Don't just think, oh, I'm just send my single, that's it, and let them just play the single. No, continue to keep sending music. Right? My boy Two Raps, who's the reason why my radio station was completely indie, he was consistent with sending music. I had enough music of his that I can do more than a 24-hour show. That's how much music he kept sending me. My show was only 2 hours. It was only 2 hours, and he sent me enough that I can go beyond the 2 hours if I wanted to and play all his music. And this is something else I did that other stations don't do, even though they are in these stations. So how you see a lot of stations do tributes to artists. It could be artists that passed away. I did the same thing, but for indie artists. I didn't call it a tribute show. I called it an appreciation show and played nothing but their music for the whole 2 hours of the show. Nothing but their music. Like if you type in some of the artists who I played on the station, their names will probably come up in Google with that attached to my show. Like if you put Two Raps, TOORAPS, his name will probably come up as an interview on Road to Stardom Radio and as an appreciation show with nothing but his music being played. That's how much I gave to the indie artist. And this is why we are doing this show now, the Indie Experience podcast, because I'm still giving love to the indie artists. So it's that. So we're getting close to saying goodbye. So episode 4, we may be going rock or we may be going pop. I'm just I'm not sure exactly which way I'm going, but just know you will enjoy either way I'm going, rock or pop. If it changes from either of those genres, I'll definitely will pick another genre, might be gospel, and find you some 5 great gospel indie artists to share with y'all. Yep. So, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you who's rocking with your girl. Keep rocking with your girl as we take this podcast to another level and keep supporting the indie artists. Any artists mentioned on this podcast, please go check out their music on all streaming platforms as well as on YouTube. I appreciate you. I appreciate eBuck for being my producer in the background, helping me out with this. We will see you next week. And next week, I think we're going to just be on YouTube. So, go to Road to Stardom Network TV to check out the show. You can leave comments. I will see your comments, respond back to y'all in the comments. If you have any artists that you know are indie that will fit perfectly in this podcast, you can put their names in the comment section, or you can hit up the Road to Stardom page on Facebook and send me a message and let me know who these artists are. I will check them out. If I like what I hear, I will add them to the playlist. If they got a video out, I will make them the spotlight video. In the third segment, the spotlight. In the second segment, the spotlight. So I appreciate you once again. Peace, one love, everybody. And we out. See you next week, eBuck.